Adam Devine, Divine, who I actually kind of like. I liked him in Workaholics. I liked him in there's a few movies that I actually like him for. And Josh, you got it under one where I have to turn off my ad blocker. Thanks a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeez. Well,
you don't watch enough porn to turn off your ad blocker?
Whoa, what is this? What are these X videos that you're talking about?
I don't. I've never used an ad blocker for shit.
Oh, you got it, man. It's great. You don't get ads for YouTube. You don't get ads at all. It's wild because I'll watch YouTube.
I
at
use
home,
my phone for everything,
and then you get ads on YouTube too, man. But like, I'll go to work and I'll turn on. I'll go to YouTube and I'm like, why is there an ad? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Normal computers don't have ad blockers, so you have to sit through those stupid, unskippable ads on YouTube. I don't have to worry about that because I'm a 1%er. Anyway, no. So basically, he quoted saying that he attributes comedy movies specifically being ruined by Marvel movies somewhat, stating that people expect to go to when they go see comedy movies, they expect to see like a $200 million budgeted movie, and they're just disappointed by everything that's comedy. I would say that it's comedy movies I feel like haven't been funny in a long time.
Because everybody's fucking so... Yeah, I think for the past at least few years, they just haven't been the same. Because I think everybody's like walking a fucking, a very thin line of what they are going to write or have people say because they don't want to offend anybody or hurt anyone's feelings. Like, dude, fucking grow a sack and fucking be a man. Just talk. Who gives a shit? It's supposed to be comedy.
That is a very good
You just said all the buzzwords that would get us flagged. Grow a sack. Be a man. Who gives a shit?
Well, it's called comedy for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be funny and offensive.
Backs up Ginty's point, too. Literally. No, that's a very good point, though. We do live in that era where, like, people don't make... like, Tropic Thunder wouldn't have been made today. It couldn't. It fucking couldn't. Like,
Robert Downey couldn't do blackface.
No.
Which is crazy that
he couldn't.
Well, he did say, he's like, you could do it today.
You could do it.
You're going to offend a lot of people. You could do it.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah. And I bet you he would still jump on and do it.
I don't think so. I
don't think so now. I don't think so
no
now.
chance.
No.
I think
there's
would.
no way that movie gets made nowadays. There's just no way. The blackface thing would just not. It wouldn't happen, dude. You can't even mention that. You can't even say blackface on TV without someone getting
so much controversy. It'd be a headache. It'd just be a headache for everyone involved, which it does suck. But these comments, I understand what he's trying to say. I get it.
I get the gist.
He's trying to say the big budget films are making these lower budget films less appealing to take the gamble of wasting your time. Because even if you go see a big budget movie that sucks, it's still entertaining. And I think what I just said is kind of what he should have said. Not these MCU films like... No, and he did walk it back, and I can't remember what the quote... He did walk it back like a couple days later. He's like, no, I do love the Marvel films. But, like, guys, if you make a good comedy movie, it's going to get the buzz. I mean, there was that movie Booksmart. Comedy movie. Great movie. It's hilarious. It did really well. Cocaine Bear. That movie's fun as shit. Comedy movie. And it did pretty good in the theater. Like, if you make a good... It's the fact that...
And based on true events.
Also, loosely, extremely loosely.
Extremely loosely.
Extremely loosely. But if you make good comedy films, people will come out and see it. Period.
It's funny, too, because...
Yeah.
I can't remember the two actresses that came out and had said something earlier. It was Jennifer Love Hewitt and another actress that came out and kind of hearkened on that point where it's like, if it's not a Marvel movie or like a superhero movie, studios aren't interested in making it. And I found that kind of funny because in the mid 2000s, if it wasn't a rom-com, it wasn't making money and studios wanted nothing to do with it. So like we live in this thing where it's like right now the new hotness is it's comic book movies. Actually, not anymore.
Not anymore.
We just
no.
ended. We just ended that phase, and you know what we're going into now is fucking toy movies. Barbie just made $1 billion. Mm-hmm. Every company is going to make toy movies now. They already have licenses for.
Oh, Hasbro! They're making an Uno movie. I think it was Uno, a fucking Uno movie.
Which, to be honest, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that Barbie's actually pretty good.
What? I just refuse to watch it.
That's fine.
When it comes to Barbie, I'm gonna watch it.
It's actually pretty funny. I don't care about it being a Barbie movie. It's like it does it to like be. It's a very self-aware movie. It's not like it's just a Barbie movie. It's a very self-aware. It makes fun of itself. It makes fun of everything, kind of. There's obviously a positive women like image to the back of it, which it's fucking Barbie,
a Barbie
so it
movie.
should.
Yeah,
but so I've heard from people that that have seen it said it's actually pretty good, and it I get that it made $1 billion because people are, but there's only so many people that are gonna stand up for that women's movement thing before it makes so much money that you're like, there's got to be a good movie in there, because if it was only just let's go see Barbie because it's fun, that would die off pretty quickly.
But I mean, is there even a women's movement anymore at this point in time?
Yes.
Oh man, Ginty's going for like
the
holy grail of
I'm
every
tiptoeing,
buzzword.
and Ginty's like, "Fuck that! I'm stomping through this fucking mud.
I don't care. Fuck it.
I respect it. Look,
seriously,
when it comes to the Barbie movie, right? I'm gonna watch it, and I have heard that is a pretty good movie. The only problem that I think I'm gonna have with it is I've heard there's a certain political agenda, and this political agenda that I don't follow. I'm all for women's rights, and if you aren't, you're a fucking
women's rights
tits. You know what I mean? I got 2 daughters. You know what I mean? But it's when it's doing that at the cost of making men look like shit, and that's something I've heard about this Barbie movie. That every man is either evil or a fucking moron, and they do that. So, like, even Captain Marvel had hints of that, where like these guys would just be these like oversexed, like they're just trying to fuck her, and like I don't like that shit. I'm all for women empowerment, but you don't got to do that at the cost of bringing down men. I don't fuck with that.
So the all-female Ghostbusters movie takes that to the extreme, and it's like, I get what you're trying to do, but when you do that, it lessens your own message of like, hey, women in movies can be just as cool too, which we all knew. Reasonable, like normal thinking human men and human beings. I know very well. I grew up watching Ripley. I grew up watching Sarah Connor. I grew up watching plenty of movies that women were fucking badass. You don't have to fucking cram it down my throat and be like, we can make a movie too, and guess what? We're going to make the guy an idiot. And you're like, well, that just lessens your point. Like, you're just trying to do the same thing, and we all know what you're doing, and it's not working, and it's not just you put so much effort into making the guy the idiot.
Distracting.
Just make the fucking girl awesome.
The pros of the movie, the things that are great about the movie, when you're spending, it's just. I'm just going to say this, and then I'm going to leave this alone because I really don't want to get too political. But it's like, I hate this whole women are just as good as men, but men are trash. It's like, well, what? I'm super confused. Like, I don't like that. But that being said, I will see the Barbie movie because I am interested. I want to see Ryan Gosling, and I want to see Margot Robbie, and it looks fun. It looks like so much fun. Yeah. And I'll gauge on how much of that toxic shit I see in it. Like, that might affect how I feel about the movie, but I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot because apparently it's a surprise to everyone that this movie is actually enjoyable. Obviously, it has to be somewhat enjoyable to make $1 billion.
That's what my point is. It has to be. There's no way just people showing up and going, I'm just going to watch it because it's got Barbie in it. No, there's got to be a backbone to the movie that make it.
Yeah. Barbie's not even that popular in 2023.
No.
There has to be more to it than Barbie.
It hits the nostalgia factor.
It is now.
There always is going to be that nostalgia thing, but like, it's surprising that Barbie did it. Like, there's I don't know.
G.I. Joe couldn't do it.
G.I. Joe was trash.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe they killed Channing Tatum in
it.
the first 5 minutes of the second one. That's
a
bold
he's
move.
not dead. He's coming back.
That franchise is probably coming back now. Every studio, when you see any movie makes $1 billion, everyone goes, wait, what? In an era where nothing's making $1 billion and that makes $1 billion, you're like, whoa, I want that. I want $1 billion. So studios are just gonna grab up every little nostalgia-based thing that they can possibly find, which is like, I don't know. It is what it is. There's going to be a lot of
showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz, baby. There's going to be a lot of crappy crap action figure movies on the horizon because they're like, well, let's capitalize on some of that money.
Yeah.
Maybe not, probably, but maybe not. Maybe they'll put some good directors. So they the funniest thing I heard is like they're looking into a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie, and I'm only questioning.
Didn't we get that with Real Steel?
That's the first thing I thought too. As soon as you said it, I'm like, well, we kind of already got that. And Real Steel's a good fucking
it's a coming
movie.
of age tale with the father son has this robot and I'm like, wait, Real Steel?
Wait a minute.
The fuck? Like, did everyone forget about that movie? It's gonna pop up on a list. Like,
this
hey, the
will
Rock'em
be
Sock'em
a Hollywood
Robots
trend
movie.
that will die very quickly because there's not
Which I thought was a pretty good
enough
movie.
to dive into when you're getting into these certain
and
things.
you know, I don't think it's going to. And do you know why? Because of the success of the Mario movie and now Barbie, it is going to perpetuate a bunch of stuff. Which I just watched the Mario movie. I don't know if did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
I tried. I think I went over that with Josh last
You
night.
did.
I tried to watch it. I couldn't watch it. No. No.
You just physically couldn't, or like.
Oh yeah, no. It was. I whatever. Too much fun on Friday night with my buddy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I was like, I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like a quick review of it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was.
Well, that's the thing.
Absolutely
I loved
fun.
it. I loved it because I love Mario so much. But I think relating Barbie and I think those are two different things because that's video games, you know, and toys. I feel like those are two different. When it comes to the video games, there is story to go off of. You know, you pick up a Barbie doll and you're like, I'm gonna make a fucking story out of this, as opposed to I'm gonna make a story about all these video games, you know. I think there's more of the video game genre.
So
to
let me sell you
on
why it's similar. Video games usually they do tell a story. I'll give you that. There's how many good video game movies can you name?
2.
I'm sorry. I'm
trying
to pause.
The other thing too, a lot of like Barbie is like create your own video game. Basically, but there's like a message behind the Barbie doll, and like the Barbie doll itself has a story that you can somewhat tell. So it's a little unfair to judge it completely before I've seen the movie. So I can't really go into it because I haven't seen the movie. So I can't judge it based on what the media that was made. But the message is kind of similar. It's got a similar vibe to it, where like action figures have had a big. There's been a lot of action figure movies. I mean, there's been a ton of them, like the G.I. Joe movies.
Give me a Thundercats movie.
A Thundercat, yeah. I mean, I'm down for it, but like, I think both mediums you can screw them up very easily.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Sonic movie could have gone really bad. The second one I wasn't really into as much. The first one was I liked the first one.
Yeah.
The second one I turned it off. I didn't even finish it. I just was like, meh, I'm good.
I just wanted to touch real quick again on Mario. Mario's little saying, "It's a me." He's not saying "it's a me."
He's saying
"Itsumi" because it's Japanese. "Itsumi" means superb or super.
Oh, it's
food for thought.
All right, we're in America, okay. Maybe you should get on board with that. Maybe
I'm
get
just
out
saying, it's to me, Super Mario.
Okay.
You and Ginty are just trying to get us canceled. That's your main mission.
Trying
of this
here, man.
episode, huh?
Jesus Christ.
We're getting controversial.
No.
That's what happens when we do an episode on a Friday night, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what happens. It's
we
Friday
get into
night.
our bag.
Friday night throwdown. No, but yeah, like a quick review of that. I really liked Mario. I thought it was really fun. I love the music.
Try to watch it again.
Yeah.
The just the music cues from all the different games where it was just great. Like, yeah, there's a lot of Easter eggs too in that movie that I kind of want to go back and like rewatch it for some Easter egg stuff.
And I also think there's something to be said with like an animated video game movie versus a live action video game movie, because I don't think you would have pulled off a live action Mario movie, you know? So like I would love to see a Zelda movie, and I think you could do that animated and live action, but that's something I'd be interested in, and I really hope they do. I really do. And,
I want them
if
to
it fails,
do like the
so
hybrid.
be it.
Yeah, I want the hybrid. Like, we don't need a true animated. Yeah, it's tough. I like that art style that they did with Mario. I thought that was perfect.
Oh, it's
basically
beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, just make it make a Zelda game with like fun actors voicing the characters, especially of Link. You know, we need Link's voice because we don't. No, but
yeah, right. Should be Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I thought he did a great job as DK too. He wasn't overly
my
Seth
God.
Rogen.
He stole the show as Donkey Kong.
I thought he was going to be Seth Rogen, like stoner, but I thought he was excellent. I thought he was funny.
Was.
I think everybody was like, even with like Keegan-Michael Key, I thought he was going to be too much of him, but he wasn't. Like, everybody was like their character, but not over the top. It was a really
Chris Pratt as Mario, you know? A lot of us, when we
was...
first heard that casting, were like, what the what are you doing? But it was
even
really
Charlie Day as Luigi. Charlie Day wasn't too manic Charlie Day like he was in Pacific Rim, where he was like crazy.
I liked his character in Pacific Rim.
Did you see them in the second one? Because that was where it got way out of hand.
I got about 20 minutes into the second one, and I was like, I got better things to do. Like
an
watch paint
absolute
dry.
Looney Tune. He was an absolute Looney Tune character in that movie, and it was distracting. And you're like, dude, he must have been snorting Red Bull and doing something. Maybe he's on some meth or something, because he was just all over the place. It was, again, it was distracting. It was like, all right, buddy, chill. But yeah, that's why my point of that, studios are going to go bananas with like nostalgia throwback now. It's like prime time for it. It's open market. Yeah. They're gobbling up every toy and everything they can.
Oh, anything like, throwback. I mean, even in the comic book genre, you know, Michael Keaton, Tobey Maguire, coming like nostalgia. That is, that's the big thing.
All right.
Well, hello there. It looks like you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. We really do appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button if you liked what we saw. Leave some comments for any topics that you'd like us to discuss. We're always looking for feedback, and we'd like to hear what you think. If you want to check out some more clips of ours, here's a couple right here. Enjoy, and again, thanks for watching.